Hey guys, it's Guye and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about toxic relationships. And if you ever see me looking to the right, it's probably because I'm looking at my computer. I actually took notes this time so that I wouldn't be rambling on about nothing. So I want to, and welcome to Girl Chat. Didn't forget, okay, I did forget, but welcome to Girl Chat. This topic is honestly not just for girls. I thought it was important to talk about toxic relationships because that puts a huge hindrance on, I think, a lot of things in life. You may not be moving forward in life. The people you may be hanging around may not necessarily be pulling you up, but bringing you down. They may not believe in your dreams. They may not want good for you. Honestly, I've had friends like that. Whether you're my friend, but like on the low, they were wishing bad on me and for me. So I'm gonna talk about toxic relationships, and not just relationships, but even like the friendships you have with your family, your coworkers, your friends. Not necessarily just you and your significant other, but also your friends, people you hang out around, the people you hang out around. Okay. So when I first accepted Christ back in my life in 2013, I had friends, and basically it was the type of friendship where they just took and never gave back. And I believe friendship is a two-way street. It doesn't work if only one part is doing the job and the other part is doing nothing. So let's get into it. So in 2013, I moved back home. I used to live in Omaha, Nebraska. I moved back home because I knew that the life I had there was not the life God had for me. I just knew I was ready. God needed me back in South Dakota for myself, my family, and for my own personal growth. So when I moved back to South Dakota, I asked God to remove people from my life who weren't really there for me, and to show me true colors. I cut off people, places, and things that didn't fit me anymore. Those things that were no good and were only a hindrance in my life. I would have to say it was one of the hardest things I had to do. But when I cut off the toxic friendships and relationships, gosh, so much changed. Good and bad. As soon as I cut off my so-called friends, I was attacked on social media. Rumors were just spread around about me, and my life was a living hell for a good 4-5 months. And that's just me being honest. And no one knew what was going on in my life except for maybe the 5 people that I had in my life, my best friends and my family. But I mean, hey, I guess it didn't matter to them because what people hear is what they hear, and they just tend to believe all that. So it was ridiculous. But God showed me what kind of people I was around, and I did not like it. I was not surprised, but at the same time I was. I remember calling my best friend like numerous times a day and just being like, I don't know what I did to them. I don't know why they don't like me. I don't know why they're talking about me. I don't know why they're saying these things, but it was just God showing me that that was not the kind of people I wanted to be around. So I cut them off, and when I cut them off, I spent a lot of time with Jesus. I went to church every Sunday. I always kept a journal, so I would do my quiet time, but also just kind of doodle off here and there. I started my blog, which is augustblossom.com. I started my blog because I was really ready to change my life around, and I did. And the blog was kind of my way of healing through all the stuff that I went through with the toxic friendship, the bullying, and whatnot. So toxic friendships, what are they? Friendships that are not good for you. People who may be taking you down the wrong path. People who may be wanting to make you do things you don't want to do. People that you're friends with who hate on you or always make fun of you, put you down, envious of you, secretly hating. I've had secret haters. It's pretty scary though, because I'd rather have a hater hate me up front than a secret hater, because secret haters are way worst. And then there's also the other kind of toxic relationship, and that's with your significant other. And that could be abusive, physical, mental, and emotional. That's when you have to get out of. I think those are tougher to get out of, because there's the love and emotions and history and all that just tied up into that. So it may be harder to distinguish, but it also may be harder to let go because of the past you may have with someone. I like totally forgot what I wanted to say. When I think about the time when I cut off the people, places, and things, it takes me back to Ephesians 5, 8 through, I think it was 13, 14. Let me check. Yes. And it says, "For you were once darkness, but now you are light in the Lord. Live as children of light, for the fruit of light consists of all goodness, righteousness, and truth. And find out what pleases the Lord. Have nothing to do with fruitless deeds of darkness, but rather expose them. It is shameful even to mention what the disobedient do in secret, but everything exposed by the light becomes visible, and everything that is illuminated becomes a light. This is why it is said, 'Wake up, sleeper, rise from the dead, and Christ will shine on you.'" That says a lot to me. I remember writing that in my journal a couple of different times in different years, which is crazy, but basically sometimes your friendships or the toxic people around keeps you in darkness. You may not be able to see clearly because you're just surrounded by people who are cynical minded or maybe think alike. You may be around people who just don't have any goals in life or are not wanting to move forward, but you just see them as friends, but really that's hindering you, because you need to surround yourself around people who are ambitious, people who push you the right direction, people who just love you, people who just want the best for you all the time. And I'm so thankful I have that. Sometimes tough love is tough, but I'm so thankful for it. But anyways, it's saying, "For once you were darkness," and that just to me says, like, before, when I had those so-called friends, I really was living in darkness, because no one saw anything wrong with the way I was living. No one around me saw anything wrong with the way I was living. And it was kind of, I don't know what word I would use for it. It was kind of scary. Sorry, I keep like swallowing. I don't know what's going on with my throat, but it was kind of scary, because when I really opened my eyes and I looked around me, I really saw darkness. There was nothing there. There was no inspiration. There was no motivation. There was no light. I didn't go to church. I never even talked about Christ or like anything. So that was something. And one of the books that I did read when I first started my walk back with Christ is, if you can see it, Pink Lips and Empty Hearts by Heather Lindsay. This book really breaks it down to you. It is very harsh in a good way, but it really helped me because I needed guidance, and thankfully I found Heather Lindsay, and she helped guide me towards the Lord and got to know Him a lot better through her own story and testimony, and her strength and what God did for her to be where she is today. So you want to check this book out. I will have the link for it in the description box below. I I want to know what you guys think of toxic relationships. Have you ever had them? Are you in a toxic relationship? Are you not sure if you're in one? I would love to help you out. Make sure you share this video, comment, message me. Until next time, I love you guys. Mwah.